I know you wanted to see the 4-wire, difference between 2-wire and 4. We would need a low resistance to do that. I mean, I've got a wire I could use.
No, can I get the 4-point probe?
Well, let's see. Is that a collinear probe you got?
No,
Just right here for you.
There it is. Oh, there's a dash in it. There we go.
4-point probe, yeah.
So there's two different types of 4-point probes. There's collinear and then there's Vanderpaa. You
think
can't
this
do
first one.
Vanderpaa here.
This one, I think, it would be good.
You need 4 preamps to do Vanderpaa. 4-point collinear.
So with the 4-point probe,
Did you say that there was videos or a PDF
Yes.
on there as well to reference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a reference manual. That's probably got the most useful information on it. See, like, for instance, if you're doing this 4-point collinear, it's got context-sensitive help. So it knows what you're trying to do, so it gives you a resistivity apps note right here. And it tells you some of the things about, 4-point.
Okay.
Right? So all your stuff is right here. So a lot of times, like here, collinear prober connections. If you have a question there, they'll
Connecting the
with a video.
4200 to the Signatone 302 4-point probe collinear probe. The 302 probe stand and SP4 probe
Is that
head
what you have, I hope?
has 4 cables that come out of the probe head to
I'm not as
connect
familiar
to
with all of this.
this connector panel right here. These probes are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 and should be connected vertically. Probe 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are then connected to the 4200 SMUs on the force line of each SMU in the same order. SMU 1 to probe 1. SMU 2 to 2, SMU 3.
Okay, so let's go here. Gotta go actions, CV configure, add. Put that up there. Screw. Why did they say open? Valid mode? What are you talking about?
So Mark, we have this system.
Yeah, it's the Signatone Lucas.
Signatone,
Yeah, that's the exact one. Just look at, you wanna see something cool? There's help here, right? Collinear probe connections. You're not gonna believe what you see here.
Connecting the
It's yours.
The 302
Oh,
probe stand and SP4 probe head has 4 cables that come out of the probe head to connect to this connector panel right here. These
Okay.
probes are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4 and should be connected vertically. Probe 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are then connected to the 4200 SMUs on the force line of each SMU in the same order. SMU 1 to probe 1. SMU 2 to 2, SMU 3 to 3, SMU 4 or the ground to
okay,
pin 4.
So here it is. You see 4-point collinear. Here it is.
okay.
So you got your current bias here and ground, and then you're gonna
The voltage, right?
you measure voltage. Well, I got current there. That's weird.
Yeah.
Measure voltage. Yeah, they're sourcing. Oh, that's right. I should tell you this. For an SMU, if you want an SMU to be a voltmeter, you still got to source something.
Okay.
So they source 0 amps, that makes it a voltmeter. If you source 0 volts, it makes it a current meter. Okay? Because it's a source measure unit. It has to always have a sourcing function. So in this case, it looks like it's a current setup, but by sourcing 0, you can measure voltage, see?
Okay.
Sourcing 0 amps, you can measure voltage.
Okay.
That's just something you gotta understand about SMUs. That's the way they operate.
Measuring unit.
Okay. But, and again, notice all the help here. It tells you everything. It even gives you an apps note. It tells you a bunch of stuff about guarding even here, and stuff like that. So this will help you all along the way with everything you need.
Okay.
So
So to a normal capacitor, two-terminal capacitor, what kind of measurements you can take?
what do you want? Capacitance versus time, capacitance versus frequency.
Capacitance versus time, capacitance versus frequency.
Here, all you gotta do, here, you go to select, go to tests, and say capacitor. Or you can do it, or a better way even, is you can do it over here. Capacitor, device type. It shows you all the capacitors, 2-terminal. Here's all your capacitor measurements.
And in the
You can even do very low frequency, quasi-static, if you want to do quasi-static.
In the MOS capacitor, if I have to take IV, which is like a leakage current, does it take that characteristic as well? In
In
the
a
MOS capacitor,
I don't know. but
it's
yeah.
like the IV of the MOS
Quasi-static.
capacitor that comes like that. If voltage sweep,
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff for MOS caps in here. MOS capacitor. Search. High voltage CV sweep, 1/C². Here's the standard MOS capacitor. Sweep. This I don't think has anything in it though, does it? Yeah, here we go. We got any data? Yeah. So, wait a minute. So you said IV? No, you don't do IV on a MOS cap because you use AC impedance meter to measure it. What do you want to do? DC on a MOS cap?
like when you sweep the voltage from, let's say, -5 to 5,
DC?
yeah.
It's an AC device though. You see what I'm saying? Static CV and
The,
QT.
yeah, what is this leakage current?
I don't know. Sweep. Again, it's AC measurement. C meter. You have to read this up here. The settings. See, this is a user developed test. See, because now it has a library and a module. This is not an ITM. This is a user test. This was written in C++. We give you all the source code for all that stuff too. So that tells you where it's at, what it's called. System 82. Oh, this is using an external CV meter to measure the DC capacitance and leakage current. It's a function of time of the model 595. Is that what you got, a 595?
Model 595.
What is
which
that
one?
CV meter that's up there?
Oh, that's
Same.
590? Okay, we have a whole library for that in here as well.
But we don't need it.
No, well, you do if you want to use that other system.
Oh.
See here, like I can go here, I can say 590. I think they'll find something on that. 590 search capacitance measurements, capacitance and conductance using the 590.
So what was the difference between that system and so 590 is integrated into the
Yeah,
system
the
now?
drivers are all in here. All you gotta do is
Before-
connect up the GPIB cable.
But before that, that system did not have those drivers and the capability to do the CV measurements alone.
Yeah, it did.
Then why do we need that CV meter?
Because it doesn't have the built-in CV meter, so it's external.
Okay, but this one has a built-in CV.
Yes, this one has a built-in CV meter.
I see.
Yeah. Early on, probably when they bought that, we didn't have the CV card.
Mhm.
Wasn't available.
Mhm.
Then when the CV card came out, became obsolete. Because
I
now
see.
you put it inside the system.
Okay.
But we still have drivers, so you can use it if
Okay.
you want to still use it.
So how do we shut this down?
How do you shut it down? Just like you shut a PC down,
Oh, that's it.
right? So, there. You could close this, close the software, right? You close this. Let that close, and then you go down here and you start Power. Shut down. Let it shut down.
This system, this case, you see like this.